Good morning, beloveds. I immediately lost my train of thought. It's been a long week. Gabby's in here talking about the birds. Probably specifically about the robins. We're on the migration path for the robins because we have them in January. And they've been turning up the leaves. But, yeah. She's in the window and she's got one of her brother's attention and she's not real cat. Loves people, not cats. So her brother's sitting a respectful distance away waiting. Alright. It is Sunday morning. It is February 21st. And our title is I Let My Light Shine. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. And that's from Ezekiel 36:26. People who spend a great deal of time in prayer, meditation, or communion with Spirit gradually take on a new atmosphere, a new sweetness, a love, and a light that all others sense. The Old Testament often refers to a light always shining over the altar in the temple. This light, of course, is a symbol of the life that is never extinguished. The light of Jesus has been sensed by artists so completely that they have depicted it as an aura, an atmosphere of light. Now this light is real. There is such a light at the center of everything. This is the divine stuff of which we are all made. There is nothing outside this light. Everything exists in it. There is light at the center of everyone. It never obliterates, but it does seem that it is often obscured for various reasons. Jesus said never to put your light under a bushel, but to let it shine. I feel a deep sense of unity with everyone and with everything. I know that all is love, and I am filled with the goodness of life, love, and light. Love, okay. I'm going to back up here. I feel a deep sense of unity with everyone and with everything. I know that all is love, and I am filled with the goodness of life. Love and light flow in and through me. I give thanks for the radiance of Spirit within me. Sometimes with Ernest, when he's making a point, and I know I've said this before, he uses capitals. And he's not the biggest fan of, he's a big fan of run-on sentences. So sometimes he puts a period in, and because he's got capitals on either side of it, you miss the period. So occasionally I need to back up and try again. So, frequently, Ernest, truth be told, Ernest wasn't the best writer. He was a good writer, but not the best writer. A lot of his really good books were actually transcribed talks, which leaves us to put in the punctuation. And he talked in run-on sentences, so sometimes reading Ernest is a little bit of a challenge. All right. I let my light shine. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put in you. So, two things. One, he talks about the halos of the saints. I will let my light shine. And then two, if you go to the Bible quote, A new heart will I give you, and a new spirit I will put within you. It's not what I hear Ernest saying is that it's not that you're going to get a new heart. It's not that you're going to get a new spirit. You already have a fantastic heart, and you already have a fantastic spirit. What's going to happen is it's going to get revealed. All of the things that have been obscuring it or weighing it down or just getting in the way are going to be removed, chipped away, swept away, whatever you want to use, so that the heart and the spirit and the light of you will be revealed. And it will be revealed for the divine heart and the divine spirit that you already carry. So people who spend a great deal of time in prayer, meditation, or communion with the Spirit gradually take on a new atmosphere, a new sweetness, a love and a light that all others sense. And now, I grew up Catholic, and you could tell the difference between the nuns and the priests that wanted to go into service and the ones that were forced to for whatever reason, because there were a variety of reasons why people would be forced into service, among them being this terrible thing that what you gave one of your children to the church, or they went in because their sexual orientation was not approved by society, so you put them into the church, hoping that the church would fix them. You could tell the difference. You could tell the difference and ask anybody that went to Catholic school. My husband went to Catholic school, and was taught by nuns. I had the glorious experience of Sister Lucy. In a tiny little mission Catholic church in the middle of nowhere, Georgia, Sister Lucy shined. Sister Lucy lived with joy. Sister Lucy went into the convent because she wanted to. And you could tell. She just had this light about her, and this lightness about her, and this sweetness of heart that made people want to be around her. And to this day, I have a special place in my heart for that song about Joy to the World, the one with Jeremiah and the bullfrog, because she had us sing that one day in Sunday school. I was a teenager. So when we talk about this kind of thing, Sister Lucy is one of my go-tos. Father Tom was another one. He was this tiny little black man who was this fantastically wonderful priest in the middle of nowhere, Georgia. Father Don, on the other hand, you question, he was a good priest. He was a good priest. Do not get me wrong. He was a good priest. But he didn't have that lightness of being. He was very serious. And so it's just like, he was definitely there to do a job. But you could tell with Father Tom it was a pleasure. You could tell with Sister Lucy it was a pleasure. And some of the other ones, so that's how we spend our time in prayer and meditation or communion with Spirit. Are we coming to it because we want to or because we've been told to? Bear that in mind. The Old Testament often refers to a light always shining over the altar in the temple. This light, of course, is a symbol of the life that is never extinguished. The light of Jesus has been sensed by artists so completely that they have depicted it as an aura, an atmosphere of life. I think that was supposed to be and. That may be a misprint. Basically a halo. And 100 years ago, I went to some art, to some show, and it was religious art, and they were talking about the different kinds of halos, because a triangle halo meant one thing, and I don't remember anymore. I'd have to figure out where I went and talked about that. But if you look at medieval art, especially religious iconography, the various kind of halos are interesting. And sometimes it's weird. All right. Now this light is real. There is such a light at the center of everything. This is the divine stuff of which we are all made. We are made of light, the lightness of being. There is nothing, actually, if you talk to quantum physics, we're all literally made of light. We're made of photons, which are smaller than atoms, which are smaller than neutrons and protons, and yeah, there's one photon that makes up everything. There is nothing outside of this light. Again, there's one photon. Quantum physics here. Everything exists in it. There is a light at the center of everyone. And really, honestly, when we meet people, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that light. And sometimes you meet somebody and you see the light immediately. And sometimes the light is completely covered up by stuff or experiences or ideas. And so it's like when you meet those kind of people, you just have to know that the light is there and hold the space for that light to come out. And sometimes you want to do that from up close, and sometimes you want to do that from far away. Either way is okay. It is never obliterated, but it does seem that it is often obscured for various reasons. And it can be obscured just because we're having a bad day. We all have them, and it's okay. And so we just need people who know us and love us to know that the light is there and know that the light is there. And we'll come out of it. You can't bring somebody out. You can't bring someone's own light out of them, but what you can do is support them until they find their own light. It's like you can't fix people, but you can support them as they fix themselves. You can hold their hand. You can know that they've got the will and the power to do it. Jesus said never to put your light under a bushel, but to let it shine. And that's a little bit of knowing who you are, knowing that you're a child of God. And it's also a little bit of using your gifts, whatever your gifts are. And you don't have to look for your gifts. You just have to be who you are. Because your gifts will shine when you're authentic. I feel a deep sense of unity with everyone and everything. Wow, say that to yourself every morning when you get up. I know that all is love and I am filled with the goodness of life. Do I feel that every morning? No. Do I try and feel that every morning? Yes. The more I practice that, the more successful that I am. Love and light flow in and through me. I give thanks for the radiance of spirit within me. That's that divine, the divine splinter. Recognizing that at the core of your being, there is a place where nothing has ever been wrong. There is a place where you meet unfiltered spirit, unfiltered God. And when I say unfiltered, what I mean is not clouded by material. There's a place within you. And when you go to that place regularly, then the light shines from you. People sense the peace and the harmony and the joy and the happiness that you carry within you. And they want that. And sometimes just being in your presence is enough. You don't have to do anything more than be yourself. You just get to be that unfiltered child of God that you are. And Sugar has found a new toy. All right. Our mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to let our light shine. But what does that mean? Go be yourself. Go be your unfiltered child of God self. Speak with your heart. Do with your heart. Show up with your heart. Let your light shine. Let that divine love flow through you out into the world. That's our mission. All right, beloveds. It's Sunday. Today was the first day that it was above the freeze when we woke up. It was actually in the 40s. So we are fully into the process of cleanup. So continue your treatments, please. As we figure out what we need and what we need to do. She's rocking the camera now. And take care of yourselves. So, as always, do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself every day, because that is one of the ways that you can let your light shine. The more compassionate, loving, and kind you are with yourself, the more you will have to share with everyone else. And the more you have to share with everyone else, the easier it will be for them to find their own light. The best place to practice compassion is on yourself. Always. So, do something to engage your mind and your body. Drink plenty of water. Something we don't do enough of here in Texas. We think about water all summer, and then we have the heat running, and then we don't think about it in the winter. So please drink plenty of water. Stay hydrated, and take care of yourself. And know that you are a beloved child of God, in whom Spirit is well pleased, always and forever. This is the state of grace that we live in. So while I am not advocating you opening your windows, because it is still fairly cold, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you that you do live in heaven now. That you are a light. You are made up of that light. You are a divine light. And let that lead. And remember, you don't have to do anything more than be yourself. All right, beloveds. Take care of yourself. Do what you need to do. And have a wonderful day.